Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Smoke Break Podcast. If you're sitting there watching right now, make sure you roll up with me and light up with me, and let's have a smoke, talk about some current topics, man. This episode right here really comes at you with a heavy heart. I know yesterday was a very emotional day for a lot of us when it comes to that goddamn internet, man. I couldn't stay off of my phone yesterday, man. Two tragedies back to back. First, I was sad about the young lady on the bus. I could really feel, I felt something about that. Young lady on the bus, that shit was fucked up. And then the very next day or even 2 days later, old Charlie Kirk got smoked. Now, let me start off first talk about Charlie Kirk, man. I didn't know much about this motherfucker. It's kind of like when rappers die, nigga. You really don't hear about them until after they're dead. But I knew about this nigga a little bit. I knew he was an asshole. I've heard him say a few fucked up things about black people, but I didn't know to the extent of how much shit he was talking. I knew he talked a lot of shit, but I always felt he deserved a slap in the face. Definitely didn't deserve what ended up happening to him. The shit was actually kind of sad, man. But as black people, I mean, how are we supposed to feel about this shit? Niggas die, niggas get shot every day. Motherfuckers get shot every day. As black folks, that's kind of how we got to sit back and feel about it. I mean, how are we supposed to feel about some little asshole that's just running around talking shit about us? Talk about he doesn't have empathy for other people. Talking shit on Martin Luther King. I've seen motherfuckers make posts trying to compare this dude to Martin Luther King. I mean, really? Are you really going to try to go there with it? Now, I'm not saying we should be celebrating his death or nothing. And for all of y'all that's out there celebrating the man's death, pull back a little bit, calm down a little bit. You don't need to show that kind of evil. You understand? You don't need to show that type of hate that you're happy that somebody you don't even know died. You know what I mean? Anytime a motherfucker like that, anytime somebody gets killed like that, for you to feel happy about it, you have to know the person somehow. The person has to have done something to you. And as far as the shit he said about black people, I get it. Nah, I don't like the shit he says about, you know, all white privilege isn't real. Black people don't deserve reparations. Talking shit about Martin Luther King. Saying that he doesn't have empathy for people is wild. Like, the motherfucker says some crazy shit. So as black people, when you hear about it, you kind of sit back and just kind of feel like, fuck them. Even though truthfully, that's not the way I feel. My heart goes out to his family, you know? None of us should really be happy about a 31-year-old man being assassinated in front of his fans and family and friends and shit like that. Definitely not a time for celebrating, but it's definitely not really a time for us to be mourning. This one really isn't for us to be mourning. What really fucks me up about this dude is the irony of the whole thing. You know? The irony of the whole thing. Old Charlie was talking shit about black people. He said some little smart, slick ass comment right before he got shot. And the person to shoot him was another white man. And also, we all know how he said some shit about a few gun deaths is necessary to protect the Second Amendment. White people always talk about they need the Second Amendment so they can protect themselves. These motherfuckers really, they got 911. They can call 911. I don't know too many white people that ever needed a gun to protect themselves. Sure, a gun makes you feel safer, but either way, I think I'm kind of for the Second Amendment when it comes to this country. And I know it's impossible to disarm these far right-wing nut jobs that we have in this country. I've lived in places like Texas. You ain't gonna disarm these motherfuckers of their guns, man. And to a certain extent, I understand. I don't like crazy guns, like all the stock rounds and the being able to kill 100 people within 10 minutes. Being able to, they got guns where you could kill 100 motherfuckers in 30 seconds. You know what I mean? That's too much firepower. You don't need that much firepower to protect your home. A couple shotguns and a couple pistols, all you really need if you want to protect your shit, you know? But as far as Charlie, man, this dude was talking shit, saying, somebody said, what about all the mass shootings in America in the past 10 years? And he gonna say, are you including or not including gang violence? Gang violence and mass shootings aren't the same thing. Mass shootings is when a crazy motherfucker just starts shooting at a bunch of random people. Gang violence ain't that. Anytime a gang member shoots multiple people, he just up the score. Gang violence is urban soldiers going to war with each other. That's not the same as mass shooting. I mean, this motherfucker was saying some old smart aleck shit right before he got shot. And then the person that shot him ended up being a white motherfucker. I can't fathom that we actually have people running around willing to commit assassinations. I've met a lot of people in my day. I've met a lot of crazy people. I've met a lot of people that's done a lot of fucked up shit. I don't think I ever met a motherfucker that's willing to carry out an assassination. I mean, Jesus Christ. It baffles me that you got people out there that's willing to do shit like that. And old Charlie ended up getting smoked because he was talking shit. And it was a white guy that shot him. This dude would say shit like black people are commit the most violent crimes. Nah, we just get caught committing the most crimes because we're the most heaviest policed. Come on now, Charlie. This whole country was created from violent white people. You think white people, you make it seem like black people are more violent than white people. White people throughout the history of this country have been violent as shit. That's how they built this country, from being violent, killing Indians and moving down to Mexicans and enslaving the Africans. Nigga, that's some violent shit to do. This country was founded on violent white people. And you gonna run around saying black people are more violent than white people and then end up getting assassinated by a white guy. Shit was shocking, man. Now, I ain't celebrating the motherfucking death. I ain't happy he died. I actually find it inspiring that a motherfucker can just blow up off of internet shit and being an internet influencer and podcasts and shit, regardless of what his message is. I just think it's crazy to me that a motherfucker like Charlie Kirk can just blow up famous like that just from talking shit. But the things he said about black folks always did bother me. I always did feel the need to argue with this motherfucker, or a nigga like me would have slapped him eventually. Like, I can't argue with somebody like that when you steady talking shit about black folks and not end up slapping you. So nigga like me would have slapped him. He deserved a slap to the face. But I mean, goddamn, not all that. Not all that. I can't believe we got people running around assassinating goddamn political internet influencers. Old Charlie. R.I.P. R.I.P. to Charlie. I never wish that upon you. I wonder what they're going to say about why the white dude did it. Y'all notice this motherfucker kind of look like Larry David? I didn't even know Charlie's name before this. And oh boy, I mean, shit really got ugly. Shit got out of hand fast. Man, smoke that motherfucker in front of everybody. If I was a powerful person like him, I probably wouldn't even want to be doing no speeches and shit in front of large groups of people. You done piss so many people off, you know somebody's gonna come shooting at you eventually. That's a damn shame, man. Damn shame. But the shit he was saying about black folks, it was intolerable. It was intolerable, man. Some of the things he was talking about Martin Luther King, you young as a motherfucker. You wasn't even alive when Martin Luther King was on the earth. Who the fuck are you to be talking shit about MLK? And you don't feel empathy for people. But now people are telling us to feel empathy for you. No, man, no. No, man. People get shot every day. As black folks, that's how we kind of got to feel about old Charlie. We kind of got to just, people get shot every day and let it roll right down our backs. We kind of just got to overlook that shit because fuck them to a certain degree. All the things he said about us, who the fuck is he to talk shit like that? Black people more prone to violence. White people more prone to assassinations, apparently. I don't know too many niggas that's got time to be doing shit like that. The only time you even hear about crazy niggas doing some shit like that is military motherfuckers. Motherfuckers that end up signing up with y'all and going to war, fucking around, hanging around with y'all. Then they come back to society and they all fucked up. Military did that shit to them. Fucking around with y'all, the government. I don't know too many street niggas that got time to be climbing some goddamn buildings with rifles and shit. That's not a nigga thing to do. Charlie got killed talking shit about niggas. The last thing he said was a slick ass comment about niggas. Mass shootings in the world, in this country. Mainly white people that do that bullshit. Or you including, not including gang violence? Obviously, we're not talking about gang violence, motherfucker. That's apples and oranges. Motherfucker shot him right in the middle of him saying some bullshit. The irony is crazy. You know what I'm saying? The irony of it all. It's crazy. Well, can't say I really feel too bad about it. I do. I feel bad for the man. I feel bad for his family. I think it's the whole thing is just a tragedy, but at least we ain't got to hear him talking that shit no more. That's why it's fucked up for us. We don't even get to feel sad. Some people are really feeling sad about this shit. I feel sad to a certain degree, but it's like we can't even feel that sad. How can we feel that sad about a motherfucker that's saying all these things about us? I don't see it. I don't see it. You wildin', man. You wildin'. You know, there is consequences to the words of your voice. There are in life. There could be consequences for the things you say sometimes. Sometimes words are heavy and they do carry weight. And especially when you build a platform, you get all these followers, you become a heavy influencer. The things you say then affect large groups of people. And sometimes just now for normal everyday motherfuckers, you walk around saying whatever the fuck you want, you might get punched in the face. There are consequences. Freedom of speech don't mean there ain't consequences for your words. And that motherfucker had a real dislike for the black community. He had a lot of dislike for, you could tell he just felt that his whiteness was superior to everyone else's. And you got to get off that shit. And if you another motherfucker and you feel that you're gender, race, or religion makes you superior to other people, you got to get off that shit. You ain't superior because of your gender, race, or religion. See what I'm saying? You want to feel you smarter than motherfucker? That's cool. You want to feel you stronger than another motherfucker? I'll give you that too. But if you feel you're superior to people because of your race, like how obviously Charlie felt, man. I mean, that you could see through the lines and see that this motherfucker felt like his country, his religion, and his race made him superior to other people. A lot of white people, a lot of white men have that problem. They deal with that. They feel that being white, a Christian, and being an American just makes you superior to every other group of people in the world. That's the shit this motherfucker was on. And your words can have consequences to him. Now, I feel like his consequences was a little bit over drastic. It was too much. I don't feel that man deserved that in the neck while you're in the middle of talking to people in front of your folks for the whole world to see. At 31 years old, my heart goes out to his family, man. Cause that's wild. It's not cool. I know the shit he's saying ain't cool, but to feel happy for him to be dead just ain't where we should be. That ain't for us, man. We could be better than that. The black community, we can be better than that. You know what I'm saying? This country has such a problem with race and shit. It's wild. It's wild, yo. When you sit back and you look at, picture yourself as an alien and you came to visit this planet and you came to this country. What if you was like a blue or purple alien? And where you come from, there is no race problems, color problems. And you look at a species like us beefing and shit over being this color, the problems that we have, everything be coming down to race and shit. This motherfucker was basically like a modern day racist, you know? David Duke was old school. This motherfucker's, you know what I'm saying? He's new school, where he's able to sound like an intellectual, so he knows how to talk shit and try to make his racist views sound right. That shit wild, yo. Just like how he was talking shit about the girl on the bus, the young lady from Ukraine, 23 years old, riding the bus, gets attacked by some crazy nigga for no fucking reason. And all these motherfucking white people on the internet want to try to make it about race. Like black folks is sitting around defending the motherfucker or some shit like that. Like we sitting there, like, fuck that nigga, man. Lock his ass up. Oh, he shouldn't even have been out on the streets. He been arrested 14 times. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. You got it. I don't give a fuck what color a motherfucker is. First of all, as I hear the story, the mom kicked this nigga out the house. This nigga's been locked up 14 times. A lot of them was violent offenders. The mom was like, yeah, I noticed his mental state was getting worse. His mental problems, his illness was worse. So the mom kicked him out. Right from there, somebody's crazy. Either the mom's crazy or the boy's crazy. But if a mom kicks her son out and she says that nigga's crazy and the mom is sane, go ahead and lock him up. And he's already been arrested 14 times. Go ahead and lock him up. Put that nigga on strict probation. Get him into some type of psychiatric mental health center place. Get this nigga some help. That's see, and they talk about the Democrat Party and all that shit. Like, okay, all right, because I seen them saying shit like the Democratic news platforms wasn't posting that video just as much as they did George Floyd. You know what I mean? And that's another thing. That goddamn Charlie Kirk, you know, RIP, whatever. But that goddamn Charlie Kirk, this motherfucker was talking about what's the difference between Shorty on the bus, the Ukraine girl, and George Floyd. The nigga on the bus isn't a police officer. I mean, what the fuck is with that? He's not a police officer, motherfucker. Police officers are hired with tax-paying dollars to protect and serve, and all they want to do is fuck with niggas, and they end up shooting an unarmed motherfucker. That's the problem in choking them out and shit like that. That's the problem we got with these ones. They're police officers. Duh. Motherfuckers shouldn't have the job with that type of authority if they doing fucked up shit like that. We not arguing with y'all about, okay, if you want to say that the Democrat Party, their news platforms didn't post that, didn't blow up that story with the Ukraine girl as much as they did the goddamn stories of George Floyd in them. If that's true, I give you that. But you got to stop looking at the Democrat Party and the black community as the same. There's plenty of niggas that don't fuck with the Democrat Party. There's plenty of niggas that fuck with the Republicans. There's plenty of niggas that's independent, that believe in independent parties. And then you got niggas, street niggas, don't fuck with none of that shit. The black community is more than just the Democratic Party. And a lot of you motherfuckers try to make it seem like that's the same goddamn thing. And it's not. You want to say that the Democrat news platforms ain't posting that story as much as they should? I don't know. Either way, we ain't nobody arguing with y'all about that motherfucking piece of shit on that bus. That goddamn weird ass nigga, man. Fuck him. Fuck that nigga. Kill him. They like, oh, let's bring back the goddamn death penalty. Yeah, sure. Kill him. I don't give a fuck. Let me ask you this. Is Dylan Roof still alive? Is Dylan Roof still alive? Is he on death row? I don't know. Maybe I gotta look it up. I know they bought the motherfucker some McDonald's, some Burger King, or some shit like that on the way to the prison. Don't you remember that? Dylan Roof went into a fucking black church and killed 9 innocent motherfuckers. And then they took him to Burger King on the way to prison. Did this nigga on the bus get Burger King on the way to prison? Come on, man. Kill both them motherfuckers. You understand? Keep that energy. Man, ain't nobody sticking up for that motherfucking piece of shit on that bus. Y'all arguing with us, making it about race. Nigga, my heart go out. I was sad all goddamn day. I watched that motherfucking the joint with the girl on the bus. That shit had me sad. And then the motherfucker shot Charlie. And at first, when I heard Charlie got shot, I just seen it was a Facebook post. I figured, he all right. I figured he alive. My first reaction was, fuck him. And then I seen another post saying he gone. And it hurt me. I felt emotional about it because I felt a little bad about feeling like fuck him. Who it is, man, we got a real problem with race in this country. And it's never going to be solved in our lifetimes. And that's just the fucked up part about it. We got to make the right steps so that hundreds of years from now, these problems from our next, our offsprings and shit, hopefully they don't have to deal with this shit like we dealing with it. I do know in the video, they showed in that video of the motherfucking, the dude that stabbed the chick on the bus, he was walking away saying, I got that white bitch, which is even more sickening. And I know people were saying white lives matter, and that made a lot of people say, oh, she got killed because she was white. Man, that motherfucker is a fucking nut, man. I mean, clearly that's just a mental illness. And we got to go ahead and get them up off this planet. Same thing like that Dylan Roof shit. Get them up out of here. These motherfuckers are just mentally ill, and what they're capable of doing is just too risky. We can't have them out here. But don't be trying to make shit about race when we ain't even coming like that. If you want to be mad at the Democratic Party, then make your points there. We don't give really, a lot of niggas don't give a fuck about that. If they wrong, they wrong. I see shit wrong with the Democrat Party all the time. I don't fuck with neither side. I don't fuck with politics like that. Cause I see the bullshit. I see bullshit. Politics is all bullshit. And I see it on both sides. So I just can't even get behind none of that shit. Damn right politics is bullshit. Motherfuckers go far with that shit, man. They done shot this man. They done shot old Charlie. And then this motherfucker with that bus, that shorty, that little girl had me sad. That video was horrible. You know? We ain't sticking up for that dude. Ain't nobody arguing for that dude, man. Ain't nobody on that nigga side. Don't try to make it like you attacking black folks though, like black folks don't care. That's how y'all coming at us like that. Like black folks just don't care about that poor young lady. And that just ain't the case, man. I just wanted to give my thoughts of these two instances, these two tragedies, these two different tragic events. Just wanted to have a smoke with y'all for a second. We talk it out. Yo, I'm comedian Dylan Tucker. Till next time, appreciate you cooling with me, man. I love us. I'm out.